As most of you may have heard, China's one-child policy had been ended in October 28, 2015. I, as a Chinese who was born in the 80s, was the only child of my parents. Demography is related to my specialty. Here comes me to explain what is one-child policy. When did it start? Whom was it applied to and whom were exempted from this policy? How did it implement it? And what unintended impact did it bring? First, I'm going to show you the big picture of Chinese demographics. China has 1.35 billion population by the year of 2012, according to census. How much population does US have? 316 million. The size of the land of these two countries are almost the same. 1 out of 5 people on our planet is Chinese. The authority came up with this one-child policy under the stress of population growth. Here is the population growth rate chart. Chinese baby boomers were born during this period. How did it come with such a large population growth in that period will not be discussed here. That's another story. And here came the echo boomers. When the baby boomers started their family, even though the overall family size is smaller, it still caused a large population growth. The one-child policy was started nationwide at the year of 1982. Before they implement the policy nationwide, they had some experimental trial. Shanghai was the first city where had the experimental trial of the one-child policy at 1978. In English, the policy was translated as one-child policy. However, if you translate it word by word, it is supposed to be Planned Parenthood. 计划生育. Someone thought this policy was applied to everyone. That is not true. There are exemptions, and the exemptions differ slightly by province. The following facts would generally present the exemptions but may not be able to apply universally in China. First, if you are or you are married to ethnic minority, you can have 2 children. Ethnic minority makes up about 9% of the total population, and they are mainly habited on the west part of the China, where it has lower population density. Second, if you and your spouse were the only child from each family, you can have 2 kids. Third, if the first child has birth defect, you can have the second one. If the father, grandpa, and great-grandpa were the only male child in their original family, the dad can have the second child. From here, you can see the traditional Chinese value favors boys over girls. The fifth, if you live in countryside, you can have 2 kids. After you could fit into any of those conditions, there's another criteria you have to meet. The children has to be 4 years apart. So far, I think some of you may have this question: how could government control how many kids you have? So here comes the household registration. I will explain in the next episode.